Well, here's one of the first tests after everything has been cleaned up. The pinion on it is pretty much shot. There's some of the teeth on it are completely eroded away. They're still there, but they're in really, really bad condition. Because of that, I can't slide the pinion all the way over to where it should be seating. This edge right there should be flush with the edge of the housing. If I bring it that way, it gets bound up in certain spots. The ram on it is not in bad condition at all. I tossed it in a lathe and I cleaned up the business end of it. I'll bring that out later. And here we go. So how it is right now, it's actually not too bad. It's a little sloppy, side to side. It's a little bit forward and backward towards the pinion, or towards the pinion in the housing. There's a bit of slop there, but side to side is actually not too bad. Let me take this apart. I'll show you the condition of some of the stuff. Here's the pinion. Try to get a decent shot of it here. You see how some of these teeth aren't too bad, and then some of the other ones are eroded quite away. Here's some of the ones that come up. The condition of some of that right in there. Some of it's really bad, and there's another one that's really bad. So this is definitely going to get remade. It's getting replaced, whether it's getting replaced by a new one from the factory, or I'm going to remake one that's going to be seen. That'll find out. Tossed this in the lathe earlier. Cleaned up the face of it. Took roughly 15 thousandths off the face of it, and then turned to OD because this was mushroomed out a bit. You can see, hopefully you can see, right about there is where I stopped feeding. So that worked out pretty well. There was enough meat on the side here to be able to clamp on it with a 3-jaw, so that's what I went with. And this is where things sit right now. Here's the pinion after a little bit of cleaning up. First grabbed a flat screwdriver and a hammer and slightly tapped through all the teeth here. Got a core of everything out, then brought it over to the wire wheel, and then did some more hand wire wheeling. This is where it stays. This is where it stands right now. In the beginning, I kind of thought that I was gonna have to remake a pinion, but then after getting it out, even though it was filled up with a bunch of gunk, it actually looked like it was in decent shape. But after cleaning it, it kind of reveals that a new pinion is gonna have to be made here. Let's see, some of these teeth are completely eaten away. Some of them are nice. But these ones right here, I'm not gonna bother. It's a 1 7/8" on the big OD here, roughly 2 foot long. So probably pick up a piece of pre-hardened 4140 and make a new pinion out of it. Until then, here I just got done cleaning up the business end of the ram. It was a little bit mushroomed out on the end down here. Ended up tossing in, just got a regular 3-jaw chuck on here. Got a bit lucky with the mountain right here. Popped it in there, ran a last word over here, last word indicator there, and you can see right around that area right there, just to the right of my finger, is where I stopped feeding. And the condition that this thing was in, it didn't come out too bad. You can see it didn't cut anything right there, but it blends right in, and it blended in fairly well on the side there. When I ran the indicator on there, I tested out here, and then I checked a couple points in here, 2 other points in here. Between all 3 points, it was running within about 4 to 5 thousandths. the condition that this is in. It's not perfect, but it's not absolutely horrible. But I figured I'd give it a whirl with that. You can see some of the where it deteriorated right there. Being within under 5 thousandths, I wanted to give it a whirl to see what was going to happen, and it didn't seem like it came out too bad. Also hit the face of it. Took roughly 15 thousandths off the face right there. Still could do some more, but I just want to do a little bit of prep work right now before I go crazy with it all. In the end, after everything's up and functioning and the press is working correctly, I'll toss this back in the lathe, recenter drill that, drill it out, tap a hole in there so I can put different attachments in there. But that's where the ram's sitting right now. After this, I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning up on the main hole that it slides down through right there, and then try to do a test fit on that.